What is up, everyone? My name is Johnny Rain. Welcome to Girls Builds View. And I am your host, Johnny Rain, but really my actual name is John Pangan. And my co-host here is Miss.
Luce Arias. Hi, guys. I'm gonna give it off to our next co-host, our guest per se.
Hello, I'm Brisa Rodriguez, and yeah, I'm the guest in this podcast.
So every week we'll have a different guest. Well, every 2 weeks we'll have a different guest. And just to clarify, this is our point of view. So if you like to this is our point of view. So really, it's not going against anyone specifically. This is just our point of view in certain situations, especially since we'll be hitting hard-hitting topics about politics, school systems, and stuff like that. Because life is hard, and we feel like high school students should have a voice in these type of situations. Um, Anything else to?
Oh yeah, definitely. Basically our goal is just to create an outlet for teens that to reach out to interconnect with yourself, especially during this past year, 2020. Trina's really rough, and how that's prolonged into how we're dealing with it now. So, glad to have an outlet for everyone to listen to.
And another disclaimer: everybody's on their own perspective homes. No one is really together during this type of during this type of situation with the pandemic. So everybody's in their homes. So the audio equipment may come in and out depending on the internet connection between all of us. But really, hopefully you guys can hear us. Hopefully everything is sounding clear. But if there's any situations, we'll just have another audio clip replacing that. But really, that you don't have to worry about that. That's my problem as the editor. So let's get on with the first subject. Luce, do you want to say the first subject of today's video?
Okay, so all right. Our first subject is how, as individuals right now, have we been affected by the pandemic, school-wise, mental-wise, spiritual-wise, and what have you done to improve, or what have you been doing to at least get by?
I feel like our guest should go first because, you know.
Go ahead. Take the floor, take the mic. Who should
Me?
go first?
Yeah, you're the guest
Oh,
here.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm
No, you're
sorry. I
good.
kind of
It's
zoned
just-
out or whatever. But honestly, I feel like during like the whole pandemic and everything, especially and with school, I've been like super stressed. Like I've been like stressed and like I hold high expectations for myself, like saying like, oh, gotta get good grades, straight A's, straight A student, college is coming. I'm almost a senior. But honestly, the way I've been able to cope with it is like honestly just like by spending like an hour to myself at least a day, of not doing anything, not doing any homework, not doing any chores, just sitting down and enjoying something I like watching TV or I don't know, um cooking or something. Yeah, that's how I feel like I cope with like that in a certain aspect. Yeah.
So has there been like a point where you were at your lowest during this past year?
Yeah, I think honestly, like especially last year, like towards the like December, especially, I feel like that was like the lowest point for me personally because like I did personally go through a lot of things. And like I never thought I would have any like problems like that, but thankfully I have like supportive friends and family, so I did help me through that. But especially with everything happening, I feel like it just really brought my not only my self-esteem down, but like my hopes and like my positivity down. Yeah.
And so you would say your family and friends helped you basically uplift yourself. What change did you make within yourself to uplift your bad troubles?
I think what changes I personally did to myself was basically like, like like self-consciousness of like, oh, like say, you know, like not being body shamed, but like I feel like I just feel like I'm the more self-confident now, because now that I see like on TikTok so many people like, oh, body positivity and everything, I feel like that. And also I tell myself like, you know, I'm pretty, even if it's like there's certain aspects of myself that like I don't find attractive, but there's always like the inside and the person who I am. Like there's always traits of myself that I feel like are attractive and beautiful about myself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course. All right. So let's go on to the next question. What tactics do you recommend people who still are struggling because of isolation? And what are things for them to look hopeful for when, we do start to integrate back into society, because it's not necessarily going to return to normal, and we need to acknowledge that right now, that even though vaccines are coming out right now, it's not going to be a snap of fingers that everything is going to return back to normal. There's going to be new regulations, there's going to be new rules put in place. And so what would you say to the people who are still struggling?
I think what I would say is to people who are struggling right now and who would struggle like if even if everything was starting to, change, I feel like I would say that just push through. Like honestly, I feel like it won't be forever. It will be for a while, but just think of your family, just think of the future. I feel like that just brings like hope, and like hope is a positive thing. And I feel like just do little small things for yourself, honestly, like especially if you're feeling trapped, because I know like personally I do feel trapped at times. Like I just want to leave my house and like I can't sometimes, or like I just do little things like such as like, oh, just go outside and just like stay outside for a little, vibe to some music, or spend time with my family. I feel like that's the way I like somewhat cope with like when I feel trapped. That's how I feel.
That's so great that you said that. Another thing is that I think that is right for like people that are struggling right now is that this is their moment to take that time to live the aesthetic life that you please. This is the time where you can plan out your future. This is a time where you can set your goal for yourself and set not the standard, but set yourself to success. It's not like this pandemic is a way for us to be not as social or not becoming friends. At least you know who's going to stick with you through thick and thin, because this is such a huge situation where I lost like a bunch of friends at this point because of the pandemic. And for this pandemic, I say that start building your own perspective and start on your glow up, because once you head back to school, you'll be fine as hell, and people will go after you, be your friend, because that's everybody's is like, we are that type of person. We are our own main character in this little movie in ourselves. It's the fact that no matter what, this is a way for us to build ourselves to a higher standpoint and build us to be better. And this is a great way. This pandemic is such a like not a best way to do it, but this pandemic is a way for us to grow up as teenagers, us growing up as Gen Z, to build a better generation for the future kids of America to become better leaders than us, because that's always how it is, for other people to grow up and be better leaders and be best, have the best skin, best body, best perspective of life, compared to where people right now, where people always think that, oh my God, you need to get a 9-to-5 job, you need to like earn money and like have a better life than everybody else. But really, everybody has their own struggles and everybody has their own perspective of life, where nowadays people can do whatever they want, and people can live their life they want and live the best aesthetic life that they please. So,
Totally right now. Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like this is the moment that you need this isolation to take time for yourself to discover who you are and what you want out of life. Because what were you doing before the pandemic? You were filled with distractions. You had your schedule filled, going to school, thinking about all the assignments that you have to do, thinking about your family issues, thinking about your own issues. You never had time to just sit down and think. And now, as the pandemic happened, you're facing those key issues that you've been avoiding all this time. And, the lack of distractions that you're having makes you feel like, oh, okay, things are going bad. When in reality, they were always there. Those issues were always there. But now you're kind of forced to face them. And instead of avoiding them, confront them. Take the time to realize the root problems and how to solve it within you. And it's not, a stopping of fingers that you're gonna say like, okay, well, I have anger issues. Let me not be angry all the time. Of course not. That's not how it works. Look for other resources that's gonna help you with your triggers, that you're gonna, by time, figure out, okay, I need to readjust myself. I need to readjust my emotions. This is a good closing off. Hope everybody listening could take at least something from this, even though, I just want this to be like as if you're hearing your bestie, we're having a little conversation, we're learning through our experiences, and just take something out of it. And you're not alone through this process. You really aren't. And I know everybody says that, but everybody has their own individual struggles, and we're all battling through it. So in a way, we are going through it together.
I just want to say thank you to Luz and John for having me on their first episode of their podcast. And also I would like to thank the audience thank you for listening. I know like it's it's a little long, but I feel like I hope you were able to see yourself like within our opinions and able to relate somehow, and relax a little meanwhile watching us talk.
Yes, I definitely agree, Risa. It's a way for this podcast is a way for people to listen to while doing homework, listening while cooking, eating, whatever. It's just a way for us to show a perspective and of the way where people can still hear us, still interact with us. And if anything, please subscribe and like with the Girls Build Delay Silmar, I believe, right? This is Silmar's account, right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next podcast, which will come about next week or about 2 weeks from now. And I believe this is getting released on March 12th, I believe. So this is the anniversary of the coronavirus shutdown. So we've been through it. We made it. We finally made it through the 1 year, and let's hit for another next half a decade. So well, thank you guys for listening. And any final words, Luce, before we end it off?
We're good. We're good.
We're good. Okay. So thank you guys for listening.
It made me laugh. It made me laugh that we had to go through this again.
Yes, we have to go through this for another semester or two. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Stay safe, wear a mask. Stay safe, wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart if you're outside in public, and also don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the notification bell to be notified on the next upcoming projects, videos, and also websites that will be released very soon. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.